the reason that there was a succession dispute is a bittersweet story. So he was the emperor, and his vassals said, "Hey, since you're the emperor, and nobody apparently, not Cao Cao, not Liu Bei, can actually challenge you on this. You did really fucking well for yourself. That is unprecedented. You're the only one of the three who's obviously worthy. But we are your vassals, and as such, we are a bit concerned about, you should probably start thinking about, the lineage. You're an adult now. You've done really well. You've secured all the borders. You should really think about picking a wife for yourself." And Sun Quan, he was absolutely enamored by this lady called Lian She, and she was the bodyguard of his sister, Sun Xiangyang. And Sun Xiangyang had married Liu Bei, and so he was like, I definitely have somebody in mind. So Lian She is the only one for me. Problem was that Lian She was actually not of she didn't have like a very high standing, and the Sun family was very traditional, so the vassals were a bit I mean, sure, she's like cool and all. I mean, she is the bodyguard of your sister, and she is one of the royal guards. So I mean, you could do worse, I guess. But I mean, and Sun Quan was like, I see what you're doing. Stop that. I am the emperor. I get to decide everything. So, he still hesitated though, and that made it so that he didn't actually go through with anything for a while he pondered this. Now, the tragic part is that Lian She actually fell ill and passed away before he was actually able to get everything set in place. So once again, his vassals were like, "Oh man, it's so sad how Lian She died, but you really, really need to think about the lineage. Like, we're really sorry. She was cool and all, but we have so many cool candidates. Like, here's a whole lineup that we prepared for you. Like, think of the good of the country, Like, here's a lady, she's like basically perfect. She's a scholar, she's well educated, she's beautiful, she's rich, she's really good at diplomacy, she has connections, just take one for the team." And Sun Quan, once again, was like, "Hey, did I fucking stutter? I am the goddamn emperor, and you do not get to tell me how to do my fucking job. That's what being the emperor means. So stop that. In fact, I actually have decided. I know what I'm going to do. Or rather, I know what you are going to do so that you stop this bullshit. So what I want you to do is I want you to take Lian She, give her a proper imperial burial, and then, when you're done paying your fucking respects, you will go to the official office of, like, all the things, whatever you need to do, and I want you to make her the empress." And they were like, "But she's dead." Like, and he's like, "Again, I am the fucking emperor. You do what I tell you. Make Lian She the empress. She is my empress because I say so." So they actually went and did that. They gave her the imperial burial as if she was a member of the royal family. They got the paperwork done saying that they were indeed married and that she really was the empress. They made sure that the royal historian actually made an official note saying that Sun Quan, the emperor, and his wife, Lian She, was the empress of the Empire of Hu. Now, this created a problem because Lian She was dead and Sun Quan didn't have a kid. So when he died, it caused so many problems because there was no real lineage to speak of. Yeah, there's one more part to this because Sun Quan had one more thing, and this is a thing you can actually look up. It's on Wikipedia, and somehow somebody actually got a hold of this letter. After that was done, before he passed away, he wrote a letter to Lian She in the afterlife saying that because he was absolutely devastated. He was acting tough in front of his vassals, but he was devastated when she passed away. So he wrote a letter to her in the afterlife saying that, explaining what he did, explaining that I made you the empress. I just hope that somehow you can find that out wherever you are, because I miss you and the people love you. The country will never be the same without you, and I'm so sorry that I couldn't have made up my mind faster so that we could have at least had 1 month together. I'm really, really, really sorry. I hope that this reaches you in the afterlife so that you can somehow read this and know that I love you and that you are and forever will be my empress, and that people in the future will know that. Just like I'm telling you guys now, because the letter still exists. And finally he said, I hope that when you find it out, that it will make you happy and bring you some peace wherever you are. Sun Quan.